All right, so what's good, everybody? We got local versus OTR versus regional. I've done all three of them, and I'm about to tell you which one is better for your situation, right? So let's get into it, right? So first of all, if you don't know what they are, I'm gonna explain. OTR means at least you're out at least 2 weeks. Regional is when you're home every weekend, and local is self-explanatory. You're local, so you go home every day. So with that being said, it really depends on your situation, but since I've done all three, I'm gonna give you what it's like in my experience with doing all three. So boom, the first thing I ever did was regional. I did regional when I first started trucking with Dollar General, and I was home every weekend. And honestly, I think regional is really good because you get to go and travel a little bit, but then you get to also come back home and get away from the truck for a little while. So it's kind of cool. But I would say with Dollar General, since their regional was a little bit different, I was home not for just a 34-hour but more like an actual 48 hours. Like I was home for like probably 2 days straight, or sometimes even longer, I think. But yeah, that's the regional I'm talking about, which is better. Now, if you're home like for an exact 34-hour reset, that can kind of be tough because it's like, man, that's not really much. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you might as well kind of stay on the road, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't do local, then I think regional is really good. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the best of both worlds, right? So boom. Next thing I did was OTR. I did OTR hauling chemicals with Quality Carriers, as some of you know. And honestly, I think that OTR is bogus. That's just my opinion, because when you're OTR, you're traveling pretty much all the states, like all the United States. And that's a lot of driving. Like you're driving a lot for your money. And that, I'm gonna be honest with you, I know we safe drivers out here, but the more that you gotta drive state to state just puts your CDL kind of more at risk in a way, if you kind of think about it. So I don't like not recommend that you do OTR if you want to try it out, because they do make more in some cases simply because of the many miles that they drive. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the most money that I've made is what I'm about to tell you next, which is local. So I did local. I'm doing local right now. As you can see I don't have a sleeper behind me. I'm doing local, and actually I can show you what I'm doing. Hold on. I'm doing local. Let me let the window down so you won't see all this glare. I'm doing local, hauling these saltwater trucks, right? We just literally haul saltwater. That's it. We're doing tanker work, and I'm at the disposal right now. As you can see, I got a couple trucks ahead of me, but that's literally it. Like we literally just hook up hoses. And if you go check some of my videos, I got a couple videos posted of what I do at work. So if you want to see what I do, you can go watch my YouTube shorts. But I think that this is the most money I've made, and I don't even get paid that much per hour. But the good thing about local is that most of the time you're gonna be paid hourly, so it's like you're getting paid for every little thing you do. No matter whether you sitting here like I am right now making a YouTube video, I'm still getting paid because I'm waiting to dispose my water that I have behind me. I'm waiting to go drop this load off. But because I have to wait, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting paid. I'm not just sitting there losing money. So that's a plus about being local, is that most of the time you're gonna get paid by the hour. So I want to say this: if you're gonna go local, I would say get your endorsements, because most of the time your endorsements are what's gonna make you the most money when it comes to being local, having your CDL. And if you don't have it, you kind of just missing out on money. But once you get your endorsements, like doubles, triples, I got doubles, triples, hazmat, and tanker. I still don't have some of the other endorsements, but those are probably the main three that you should definitely get. And it's not hard. I think I studied for like an hour, not even an hour. I think I did one practice test each, and then I just took the test. Like, it was so easy to get these endorsements. But yeah, try to get your endorsements so that way when you go local you can have way more options. And I make $23 an hour right now doing these saltwater tanks. I'm not hauling any hazmat at all, but I'm gonna put this in perspective for you, right? When I did chemicals, hazmat chemicals, and I was OTR, I was going all across the country. I went into the West Virginia mountains. I went to New Mexico. I went to New Jersey. I went in some very difficult driving conditions, like the West Virginia mountains and the what's it called, the mountains that are in North Carolina, South Carolina, around that area are terrible. Like, it's bad. Like, it's very windy, twisty roads, a lot of steep grades you're going down. It's not good. And I was making 68 cents a mile, but I make more money doing local work and not having to deal with any of those mountains or none of that. Just simply hauling something that's not even hazmat, just water. I literally have water in my tank. It's not dangerous. If I flip, like, I'm not gonna flip, but say if I wreck or flip or whatever happens, I don't have to worry about like spilling some hazardous material on the road, and then like freaking the whole like cleanup process is like, you got to get freaking a whole cleanup crew, fire department. Like, I don't have to deal with none of that, you know what I'm saying? So it's way less risky for my CDL, and I like that, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of comforting to know that I don't have hazmat on me, and I make 23 hours, so that means I get paid overtime actually, which is something else that you can't get when you're doing regional or you're doing OTR, right? You can't get overtime when you're doing OTR or regional because you're getting paid cents per mile. So basically I can get paid time and a half for the same amount of work or less work than what I was doing OTR and regional. So honestly, if I had to pick out of all three, I would say this: if you're the type of person that's mostly in it for the money, then you need to go local because you're gonna make the most. And just get your endorsements. And if you got a different living arrangement, like if your priority is like a different type of living arrangement where, you know, you just want to kind of be on your own and get away from your hometown maybe, then I would understand why you might do regional or you might do over the road. But like I say, the whole reason you get a CDL is to make money, right? So if you're gonna make the most money with being local, then I don't see any other justification for going over the road or regional unless you have no other choice. But that's really just from my perspective. There's different strokes for different folks, so I would never just like force anything on nobody, you know what I'm saying? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's free to comment, it's free to like, and it's free to subscribe. So go ahead and show some love on the video. It helps me hit the algorithm, so why not, right? So yeah, I ain't really got much else to say. We gone.